Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, everybody. And I know that today is Sunday night, over in Asia, and we are happy to have this session, kind of a last minute thing. And with me is actually a founder of MakeForms Ltd, Mr. Pratik Ghela. So, Pratik, are you okay? You can hear us and
Yep,
see us?
yep. I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, guys, before we actually start, let us do some housekeeping as usual. Kindly give permission to show your profile name as well as commenting by clicking the link wave video slash live slash Facebook as I put up in the comment. Okay, let me do that. Okay, I can see some guys already. We have Lucy, Vijay, Mohan, Sujit, Suja. Okay, I think some of you actually put in your name already. That's good. So before we actually start, let me do a quick introduction about this. Ask me anything, actually not ask me, ask the founder anything about this make form. So as I said, today is actually a Sunday night. And so sorry
Uh-huh.
to actually give you a very short notice, So I was having dinner just now, so to say, finally, Pratik have some time before he actually fly away to some other places, So he said, let's do a last minute Facebook session, with you guys. So we are happy to have him here, and I hope that everybody get ready your question, after his presentation, and ask whatever you want to ask. And for your information, this Make Form Ltd will expire or end in the next few hours, maybe by tomorrow morning or so. So if you're still undecided, this is a time for you to ask any question you would like to ask. So with that, I would like to introduce Pratik. Pratik, can you tell us where are you based in India?
So I am based in Mumbai, the financial capital of India.
Okay, so what are your team size? I mean, I know that MakeForm is actually a company, so I believe you have a team of
Mhm.
developers or marketers.
Yeah. So overall, if you see the way our company is structured, so we do multiple things. Like number one, we have a small agency where we do websites, and then we have a client servicing team where we deploy the resources, and then we have a product team. So in total the company has about 35 developers, out of which 15 work for the client. And then we have the product team that has about 20 developers between two products, which is make stories and make forms actually.
Okay, I'm a bit curious actually. Make story. I actually checked the make story. It's actually quite interesting. Are you going to do a LTD for make story? Of course, this is something that is not today's topic.
Yeah, no, I think I'm glad you asked that question. We don't think that we will be doing an LTD soon. I know that people are asking for make stories LTD, and it's been last one and a year that people that actually they've from Prime Deals connected with me almost a year ago, and he was asking if we can do the make stories LTD, but it I did not have a question answer then, and I even don't have an answer today, because there are two things. The first point is that make stories is free till the end of this year, and so even if we do an LTD, okay, it does not make sense because the product itself is free. The
I
second
see.
thing is that make stories already has really big clients, like some of the biggest news companies in across the world. So even if we do a an LTD, it has to be a secret LTD. Like people cannot know that make sure he's ever had an LTD. So we'll have to do. We'll have to do a Ninja LTD actually.
Okay,
So
okay. I can fully understand this situation.
yeah,
So,
because then all of those are like really big enterprise clients, and they will really be unhappy if they see that we are doing a lifetime deal.
mhm,
So yeah, we are not say, and actually make stories is with make stories we are working on version 3.0,
mhm,
which is going to be a whole new way of creating stories, and we are slowly and gradually moving towards the vertical video creation software and not just web stories. So there are a lot of things happening, so let's see how all those things go with make stories.
okay. Thank you for your update. So, guys, without further ado, let's make Pratik do his work. He's here to answer any question that you have. So please put in the live chat. Whatever question you want to ask. Please do so.
Mhm.
And while you're doing that, Pratik will actually do some walkthrough about his software. Called MakeForms. And I myself actually have actually tried this MakeForm, and I think many of you actually have tried. So it's something that is, I would not say it's a hype, because a lot of people tell me, yeah, is it another hype? No, I say no, this is not a hype. If you don't believe, you can just go and try it. So
Yeah,
that's what I tell people. So today is the last Facebook live session before the LTD ends tomorrow. So
yeah,
Pratik, just share your screen. Yeah, I
yeah. I
think
have shared my screen.
yeah,
Okay,
okay,
cool.
good.
So number one thing that I will tell people why make forms is not a hype. Okay, so let's say I am here. Okay, and if we see the kind of compliance frameworks that we have, okay, so we have SOC 2, ISO 27001, HIPAA, GDPR, PIPEDA, CCPA, and Australian DPA. These are the compliance frameworks that we follow. Okay, now if at all, let's say we search for this short form SOC 2 compliance. Okay, if you see this, if you today need a SOC 2 compliance, it says that short form enterprise offers SOC 2 compliance. What I will do is I'll search for type form HIPAA compliance. So all this time I never did this, like I never compared in real time. But now if people are talking about that this is a hype, then I have to come in and I have to, uh, prove ourselves. So if you can see, so Typeform offers HIPAA only and only if you are an enterprise client. Okay, now let's see jot form HIPAA compliance. Okay, and we do this and we see the pricing. So if you see the jot form pricing, monthly pricing, it starts at $129 a month, and you get 10,000 monthly submissions only. Now, if you come to make forms, if you see our pricing, it starts at $29 per month and you get 5,000 submissions. Now, if you give $69 per month to us, then you get 15,000 responses, which is 5,000 responses more. Plus, now if you see, then we provide one custom domain. Okay, sorry, I'm a little under the weather today. Domain. So if you see, we come this plan already comes with one custom domain. Now if you see jot form, you do not get custom domain for this. Okay, now let's see if I want jot form custom domain. Again, how to use custom domains with jot form enterprise. Now let's say since many people say today it was a uh, you know now, if I do SOC 2 compliance for Formaloo, number one, Formaloo even does not have. Oops, the website does not work. So let's try to because we are like let's compare the like I cannot see compliance anywhere. Uh, so this is GDPR. So this is GDPR and HIPAA compliant ready, but nowhere is Formaloo SOC 2 ISO 27001 compliant. And if we see the HIPAA compliance, so let's take a look at their this thing. So HIPAA compliance is again if you buy a $500 per month plan, and these are all the facts that I'm showing. So this is something that comes with respect to the the basics of what we can see in the publicly available information. Now let's say if I'll do this a side by side comparison. Okay, since the LTD is and I did mention that we love Formaloo because it has come way before us and they are bootstrapped. We have respect for them. So if you see the interface, I'll do a side by side comparison. Okay, so I am a little lost in this UI, and then so if I don't know if I want to create a new form, what should I do? Like there is no clear. Because okay, so if I click a blank formula, now if you see the building process, okay, if you see this, and now let's try to create a form here. Okay, so what we have tried, so I have been a designer myself and a developer too. So I always believe that when you build anything, you should go with the three column approach, wherein the left column is where you have all the elements, the middle column is where you is your playground, and the third column, the right column, is where all your field settings and everything happen. So what I'm gonna try to do now is I'll just simply build a form. Okay, I won't, and I'll try to do both the things here. So number one, I don't know how to. Okay, so let's say this is a text field. Okay, so the moment I do this over here, yeah, I'm being asked so much stuff. So I'll say, okay, let's do name, and I don't know where is that field. Okay, but now it's down here. So that's a very big UX issue right away. Then I add another field, let's say an email field. But what happens is that when I add this field, this comes into focus. So I'll try to write email, but then okay, so this is the placeholder text. So I will do okay email. So like the and if you see the same thing here, while we have a full name field. Okay, so then I'll split this field. Okay, so this is how it comes. First of all, I cannot find a name field here anywhere. Okay, now, and let's say if I want to do an email verification service. Okay, so the moment I click, so they have, first of all, they have two different fields. You need to understand this. The number first field is the email field, the second field is the email verification field. So I go here. If you see how simple we did this, all you have to do is you have to click the email field, and over here you have to turn enable verification. Now if you see the intelligence in the system, the moment I turned on initially, if you see, I'll do that again. Okay, I put in email field. Right now it is not required, but the moment I turn on enable verification, system by default makes it a required field. So you don't have to go in and do those minute small different things. Okay, and then over here if you can see, I'm lost in the UX because I don't know where do I do the thank you. So here it says okay, so this is for the thank you message. Now if you see our builder here, we have three different sections. The first one is the welcome field, which is not on by default but you can turn it on. And then we literally have a thank you screen altogether. And over here also, what you can do is you can actually add space, and so you can literally build things here. So this is like a small builder, wherein if you see this, I cannot drag drop an element inside my thank you screen. It is not possible. All I can have to now do is, all I can do is add images. So let's try, if I try to add an image, then again I click on upload. Let's say I try to upload this image. Okay, so and now I save this and then I resize it. And if you see this, there is no way for me to actually delete this, like this whole thing. So now I might have to switch to the view, like the code view, and here it is a svg element. Like if you ask me, as if I was not a person who knew anything um, about this svg or anything like that, so deleting this for me, I would have it would have been a tough task. So now do you imagine if I don't, so this is actually not a no code tool. So I saved this. But again, now if you see, then it's hard time for me to actually not, so this is like literally very difficult. But now if you come and try to do the same thing with make forms, you can very easily delete stuff. So this is the difference. I know that Formaloo is gold standard for ltd, but we are platinum standard, and we are literally redefining the ui and ux when it comes to form development. And now let's try to do this. Now if you say that, okay, I don't want to show any thank you screen, all I want to do is I want to redirect them to an external url. And you see, like we have fail safe mechanism everywhere. So let's say if you turn this on and you add an image, okay, and if you turn this on off, immediately the system will say, hey, since you are not showing anything on the thank you screen, we believe that you might want to redirect the user to an external link. If I see here, I don't find any such thing, like where it allows you to kind of move and send you to different pages. And here there is a section called city, and if I drag drop, now if you see, I tried to drag and drop it here and it did not happen. But if you see, there is a small uh, green thing that comes here, so this is the drop zone, but it does not come into effect. So this is like for a new user, when I tried to use it first, it was really really painful. And if you see here, the moment you drag drop, the only place that you have to do it is in this section, because this is where your builder is. So when I talk that why make forms is not a hype, this is the reason why it's not a hype. Because the amount of thought process that we've put in the last only 18 months to have something this powerful, this beautiful visually, I do not see something similar over here in Formaloo, even while being in the market for the last 4 years. So this is like, I would say, why we are a hype. We should be hype. If we are not a hype, then it's a problem. So I think this is all that I think is is how we are going to be very 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 different than all the form builders out there. Like now, if you see, if you the moment you click on logic and calculator, it just moves you away from your entire, where you were building a form. So now all of a sudden you don't have any visual reference to your form. Now if you check, and let's try to see what kind of logics can I add. Okay, so It's like I don't know. Like here it is if and else, and this is so all over the place. Like if name is equal to not equal to, and then let's try to see that. Then what I can do? Then all I can do is I can show hide. I can change the link. I can add subtract divide. That's it. That's all the conditions and logic that Formaloo has. Now, if you see make forms, if I go into logic, number one, it does not take you to places like different places. Okay, you all you have to do is just click add logic. That's it, and then here it will give you all these options. Now, I what we are doing is that you select the condition. Now you see the amount of actions that you can do. You can hide fields, you can enable fields, you can disable fields, you can mark the fields as required or unrequired. You can literally change the value of fields. Now even when you want to change the value of fields, you can change them to, and you can even map them to different fields. So that, let's say I would say last name, use the value from the first name or middle name. So this is the depth that we go to when we pick up any feature. I'm not sure why Formaloo has not did something like this in last 4 years. Are they also trying to become a Goliath, where like the focus is more on just let the things go as is? And I would say that last and week, and then let's come back to calculator. Okay, so again, the moment you click on calculator, it takes you to a different page. So I don't know why am I being taken to a different page every time I try to do something. Now I will show you how easy it is to create a calculator in make forms. So I put in a number field, and then all I have to do is put in a calculated field. And the moment I do that, it comes here. Just give me 1 second. I literally am presented with the calculator here. And even if you see this, l- till yesterday there was not an option to include a power. Okay, then there was a calculation that came up from someone, and they told that they need to use power, and our team literally added this feature in 6 working hours. 6 hours they built the feature, they shipped it, they tested it. So the engineering process that we have because of our 15 years of experience in running an agency literally makes us a hype. So the question that you asked me, Albert, that why everyone is talking about make forms as a hype, this is my answer to everyone out there. I cannot hear you, Donald. Is it just me, or let me try to refresh just a second.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was actually looking at what you have presented. I have Formaloo also. So, but in the past few years, Formaloo, or maybe lately, they have actually venturing into apps. So I do not know why, but maybe that is the trend. So I can't comment much because we do not know the actual reason. So that's it. So let's move on to our own agenda here. So MakeForms founder is here, and what
so
thing,
so
what
actually our
what do you
name,
want to show them now before we go to the question and answer time?
I think so. I'm not sure if I think I already gave an in-depth view, but I will quickly come through some of the features that I love uh, in make forms. So this is the calculated field. I gave an answer for this. Now the my best one is drop down. So the moment you put in drop down, you have fields predefined. So you can click on country. The moment you do that, you can see that we have country, all the countries listed. Now we also have things like country state. So what this does is that You're from Malaysia, right, Donald?
Yes.
I select Malaysia. Okay, and then it are these all the states that your country has? Donald, I cannot hear you. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So are these all the states that your country has?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So similarly, you can select any country in the world. Okay, and we have the predefined list of states and cities. So so you need to, like, you never have to code this. So you can have, like, you select the country state loads, you select the state city loads. So we have country state city field. Now we have gone one level down, and we have a state city list. So you can select which country you want to have. So let's say I would say I want to have India's state and city list. So then what will happen is that I will be shown all the states and cities only of India. Then we have things like legal consent, for example. So all I have to do is show legal consent, and then I'll just go to Lipsum. And if I do enforce reading, what will happen now is that you can see that these buttons are not active. So all I have to do is I have to scroll, I have to read everything, and then only these buttons will be activated. So to do something like this, you would actually always need a developer. So we are kind of seeing the minute things that you cannot do in form builder. And for those times you will have to go to a developer. So anytime you needed a developer, we want to replace that, and we really want to make forms a no code form builder tool first. And as I think I was on a webinar with Karan and Elma, and I did mention that we will be venturing into apps, but when we do that, we want to make sure that we are doing apps at scale. So like today maybe you are running a giveaway. Okay, so we want to make a giveaway app wherein you would say, okay, anyone who is participating in this giveaway, please fill up this form, and then the system will pick out the person automatically from that giveaway. So we really want to think about the use cases, because if while building a product, if you're not solving a problem, so we want to understand what all those problems exist in the market today, for which people go to 10 different tools. But at the end of the day, everyone use all does is just use a form. So we will be venturing into apps. Definitely that's on our roadmap, but it's for the late next year actually.
Okay, that's good. So maybe we should answer some question first because this is the ask me any question session with the founder. Let's
Yep.
put this on. Can you see on the screen? Joginda Kumar is asking, Plan
Yeah.
1 or Tier 1, Tier 2 do not have HIPAA. Okay, I have my own question on this one. HIPAA, why is it so expensive? Is it so expensive to be compliant with HIPAA? I'm not sure why
Yeah.
people make it like, in the higher tiers only.
So I would say because number one, it took us a lot of money to be HIPAA compliant. Second, for every so you need to understand one thing when you talk about HIPAA compliance. So let's say the plan one allows you to add 10 domains. So the HIPAA compliance needs something called as business associate agreement to be signed between MakeForms and your client. So today, let's say Albert, you are going out and you are getting a client who needs HIPAA compliance, and you would say, okay, I have 10 different clients who need HIPAA compliance. So MakeForms has to sign a business associate agreement with all of your 10 uh, clients individually. It cannot happen that I sign a BA with you and then it's done. So we have to sign an BA individually with all the clients. So now for a plan cost, so you need to understand that when we do an LTD, we do not get all the 100%. There is something that goes into discount coupons, and then there is something that the deal company takes. So for us, it's very difficult to, if we sell 500 licenses, then we would have to, we are bound to sign 500 different business associate agreements, and it is not feasible. So that's the reason we are not giving HIPAA compliance on plan 1 and 2, because if we get, let's say, when 50 $60, then signing an agreement plus giving support and everything, it's uh, not feasible at all.
Mhm. Yeah, I think this is actually reasonable because, I mean, time is money, to sign a separate agreement with every client, it actually takes a lot of time. Not only that,
Yeah.
you got to put in a lot of effort, ding, ding, dong, dong, here and there on all these agreement terms. Fully understand. So, but then HIPAA is not for every industry. I mean, your client might not be in the what they call the healthcare industry, so you might not need it.
So,
So it's up to you, for people who
so
want.
HIPAA is needed only for US and Canadian healthcare companies. So if your client is someone in Canada or US and is a healthcare client, then only they will ask for HIPAA compliance.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for your clarification. So, okay, there's one question that I forgot to ask you the other day on the reCAPTCHA. So,
Mhm.
for reCAPTCHA, make it compulsory, right? Or is it optional now?
It is optional now. So I think you were the
It's
one
not.
who actually
Okay.
raised that issue, and we fixed that for
Mhm.
you and for everyone. So now if you see, let me share my screen again, so you can see my screen.
Yes.
So now initially there used to be a captcha field. That captcha field is gone.
Mm-hmm.
There is no, like, even if you would try to search for a captcha field, it's no longer available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have automated the entire captcha process. So what will happen now, that is that if, let's say, I publish a form, okay, the moment I do that, if it's published on on frms.link, you won't even see any kind of reCAPTCHA or any captcha branding. Okay, now what we have done is that we have moved captcha inside domain. So whenever you are clicking on manage domain, you will see that you have reCAPTCHA settings. So you register this custom domain in your reCAPTCHA what you say, reCAPTCHA account. You take those keys, and let's say if I put my keys here and I update it, now you will see a notification that says that you have not configured your reCAPTCHA keys for this domain. To safeguard your account from unwanted spam, we have activated HCAPTCHA as a default for form published. To replace HCAPTCHA with reCAPTCHA, please provide your reCAPTCHA v3 keys. So now we have changed this a little bit, so you are safe. You don't have to worry about anything. So we fixed that thing of compulsory captcha field. So now it's voluntary, and you can do this. Your voice is not audible to me. Let me refresh.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. I was thinking, because in the past, there are many people who do not like to use reCAPTCHA for ease of use or maybe for certain circumstances. So that's why they always say, "Oh, why should I make it compulsory?" That kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, no, no, that was a very strong feedback from the community, so we took it really seriously, and we fixed it actually.
Okay. That's good. Okay. Let's go. Let me scroll up onto the top of the question. So let's see what Mohan is asking. Can we assign price for the drop down checkboxes and radio buttons?
Yeah, sure. I will show you how to do that. So let's say Uh, this is our form. So by default, let's say when you use a multiple choice, for example, okay, so you have, let's say, USA, Canada, Malaysia, India, Japan, for example. So by default, these will be the values that are taken. You cannot have custom values for this. But what you can actually do is that you can go to logic, you can add a logic, and here you can use things like multi-select value is equals to USA. And then what you can do is you can actually have, let's say I will have an input field, and I will write, for example, country selected, and then you can change the value using the logic. So we know that this is a little bit off and not the best way to do it, but we this is a very strong engineering challenge on our side, so on allowing custom values for each of these. So we are yet working on it, and I think in by next year there would be an option to actually have this side by side.
Okay.
So I think that that answers. But for now, using the logic, we have a workaround actually.
Okay. Thank you. So
Yeah.
let's move to the next question by Bill Up. It's a bit long. So yeah,
You
can
cannot
you?
use combined terms in calculated fields. So I wonder how can I make a URL with variable like, okay. So I'm trying to get. You cannot use combined terms in calculated field. So how can I make URL with variable? So I'm a little confused. Like, what are you trying to do exactly?
I don't understand the question as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe we'll take the next one. We'll let Bill explain us in a little bit in
Yes.
detail.
Okay. You should. We can actually answer that later. So from Mongnam UN can make form create AI driven conversation form like formless AI. Formless AI
Yes.
is something new, so just came out.
Yeah. So we have something called as babelbox.ai, which is similar to Formless. Yeah. So by the way, for anyone who does not know this, babelbox.ai is also a part of MakeForms, and we have told the community that if we cross $100,000 in revenue, then we will make Babelbox part of the LTD only for LTD users. So we already have something like that, and it was under. So it is just under MVP mode right now. We are not doing active dev on this, but if we reach 100,000 goal, all the LTD users will get something similar to formulas.ai in next 4 months,
Mhm.
and it will be only for the people who
Right.
buy their LTD now.
Okay.
So do your best to market make forms as platinum standard, make it a hype across the network. How about integration? Is it possible to integrate with Zendex? Not yet, but we have Zapier, Make, and Pabbly Connect. So if you are thinking that you have Pabbly, and if Pabbly connects with Zapier, then yes, you can do that.
Okay. Thank you.
For
Bill
images,
has a lot of question, so keep
yeah,
answering.
so he is our power user actually. For images, how can I get image URL showing in the form or in the thank you page? For example, image URL coming from an this is a good. I think this is a good use case. I would say this is right now not possible using the Vault API. So, but Bill, I will request you to actually, do a feature request for this on our roadmap.makeforms URL.
Okay, let's move to the next question by Mohan.
Can we create multiple pages form with different section and export the submission in a specific format? So, okay, yeah. So right now you can create a step form. It's very easy to do that. All you have to do is you have to go in and you select page break, and then your form will be converted into a step form like this. But right now there is no way to actually create a PDF. If you see our roadmap, okay, I'll just quickly go to roadmap.makeforms.io. Over here, you will see that we have mm, the roadmap link, and we are working on custom PDF builder using which you can design your entire PDFs. And after you are done designing, so if you see in the Q4, our goal is to have the fillable PDF form. So this is something that is on the roadmap, so will be launched soon.
Okay. Okay. This is by Bill. Radio
Your
image.
image cannot have different size for now. Will this be more flexible in the future? I don't think so. No. We'll like to maintain a certain design standard, so this won't be possible. What we can do is maybe we can give options of button size as medium, small, medium, large, maybe, but definitely not a huge ask at the moment. So yeah, I won't comment on it right now.
But I wonder why you need to have so many sizes. I mean, to be frank, Bill.
Will we be able to use at the rate variable into URL HTML field or in button? Not in button, but at the moment you can use it in the actually in the URL. So right now, all the fields are mapped. Or you go to advanced settings, you click on autofill from query parameter, and you can set these parameters over here. But for now, we do not have it for the paragraph text or buttons. So that will be coming shortly because that has been asked by a lot of users actually.
Okay. Next
Can
question
you
by
export
Stephen Moore.
forms to use on other websites? So you can export our JS embed code. So the difference between the normal embed and the JS embed is that all the normal embeds put in the iframe, but if you use our JS embed, I'll actually quickly show this the difference between the two actually. So you go to your sources, you click on embed your form, you will see something called as JS embed. You click this, and here you will see that the JS embed actually does not load it. It actually creates the entire form. Like it uses as a literally as an HTML. It is part of your entire HTML and not an iframe embed actually. So you can use JS embed and it will solve your problem. All you have to do is get embed code, and you will be presented with these two codes. So then you just can change your ID, and you will be done. Can we share forms to other users so that they can input the form in their account in a single click? Yeah. So this is something that we just launched last month. So what you can do is for any form, you can click on export. So let's say we have this form. I click on export, and then you will find a .mf file. So let's say I will switch my workspace. I go into some another workspace, and when you create a form, all you have to do is click import mf file, and you will see a .mf file. And once you click that, the form will be imported into your new account. So that is already possible. So you can see this now that this form has been migrated from my personal workspace to the another workspace actually. Can I yeah, so make forms already has a Google Sheets and Airtable integration. So you just go into the integrations over here in the settings. You have integrations. You go here, so you will be able to find Airtable and Google Sheets. So you just have to activate it, and then when you go into the form and go into the sources, you will see there is an integrations. So all you have to do is click on activate integration, and then this system will actually go into your Google account, create a sheet with the same name, and then any new responses that come in, they will be directly synced to your Google Sheet. Again, I'm not able to hear you. Let me refresh.
Okay,
Yep.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Start Infinity actually is an alternative for Airtable. So he was asking whether do you have direct integration, do not have to go through Pabbly or maybe Zapier.
Integration with Google Sheets and Airtable, so do not have to have a Pabbly connector or something like that in between.
Maybe you misunderstood my question. Talking about the last ones, Infinity, Start Infinity.
Start Infinity, we do not have right now.
Okay. Below. Yeah,
Um,
this is easy to use, definitely more powerful.
yeah. Though MakeForms has its design time, but the theme, like, okay, yeah, sure. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen? So if you go to the design
Yes.
tab, okay, so there is a reason that we have a something similar to for one at a time. So you just go on change, go all the way to the bottom. You will see this theme, but we are working on something greater. What we are doing next is that let me show you. Where is that? Yeah. So we are working on this whole new editor for one at a time, which is very similar to something that people love but don't want to spend money on. So this new UI will be launched very shortly, and
Okay,
you will be have yeah.
that's great. Next question
Is
by
there
Surya is
any, yeah. So you have a picture choice option. So let's say you have this. All you have to do is click on choice type on image, and then you can select any image that you want to. So you have an image choice. Now when you select image choice, you have an option to display indicator, then you have an option to display label below that. So yeah, this is also something that is possible.
okay. Next question.
Can I add subdomain to a dedicated form? So subdomain is not on based on the form. It's on account level, so you add it once, and then when you go to your sources, all you have to do is you have to create a new form link, and over here you will select your subdomain, and then you will add your slug. So actually with make forms, it is possible to create multiple links for the same form, and then you will know that okay, I give 10 links to 10 different peoples and I receive 200 responses. So for every link that you give out and you get responses, the number of responses will be mapped here. So let's say I have let's say this particular thing. So over here you can see that I have created a custom link, so I will know that okay, so this particular thing has come from this particular form link. So this also helps you with your UTM. You don't have to use the UTMs anymore actually.
Okay. Next
And you
question.
can use yeah, you can. Right now we have integration with Calendly. So all you have to do is you have to drag drop your Calendly account, okay, and then you will. You have an option that do you want to show the calendar after submission or before submission, and then you will select which event, and then you can also map your email and name. We are working on the tidycal integration right now, and we'll be live in next 2 or 3 months with tidycal also, because we know a lot of LTD people actually use tidycal, so we are working on it right now. Can we create, no, offline is something that's not yet on the roadmap. It definitely is, but maybe in Q2 2024, because it includes extreme PWA development and all those things, and it's a task in itself. Can we include it? Yeah. So this is again, countdown timer is requested by a lot of people. So yeah, we will see what we can do with this. I cannot hear you. Let me refresh. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Can you hear now?
Yeah,
Okay. So while waiting, while I mean we have more question to answer, let me give them the link to actually participate in the giveaway uh, form so that they can actually fill out their name and all these things. Let me do that. Hold on.
sure.
Okay, guys, this is the one. Just go to this link, fill up the form, then we will you enter into the giveaway. Okay, let's continue the question and answer. So Bill is actually putting up this link, So
Making an URL with variable coming from forms. Bill, do you kind of? I think let's connect offline, or maybe you can put a post on MakeForms, because I'm really not able to understand the question. So sorry, Bill. So we'll connect. I'll connect with Bill offline and try to solve this problem. I can see Bill is asking for the calculator. A percentage key can be useful. Yes, it can be useful. As HM Shuja says, would you show some calculation demos? Actually, we are creating a completely new link where we will be putting all the different types of calculators that we can build, like SIP calculator, then investment calculator, EMI calculators, and all those things. Then we answered this. Is there any picture choice? Then there is HM Suja asking, is there any calendar integrations? I did show there is. And then offline, we answered, can we include a countdown timer? We answered that too. We will have an HTML. No, so Bill asked if we will have an HTML field. So no, we won't be having an HTML field anytime sooner, because that is anyone can inject a script and it can actually be used to do a lot of harmful things. So no, that won't be possible. Are real-time updates available? No. Suppose I create a poll with 24 hours time limit. Will it show real-time percentages? No, it won't. But a good ask, I would ask to publish that as a feature request. Is there any analytics type of dashboard we have in MakeForms? Yeah, we do have. I'll quickly share my screen. I think when I stop sharing my screen, Albert, I stop hearing you. So that's a bug. Yeah. I was able to identify why it happens. So if you see over here in any form that you open, okay, you will see there is a summary view. So the summary view gives you an idea like how many views it has, how many total views, what was the interaction time, and what is the total submission. So this is, you go into the summary view. So what you will do is you will click on submissions, and over here you will see summary view. You click it and you see the analytics. Will you integrate with Retable? Not right now. We will let you know. You should consider Retable. Okay, we'll see. Can we limit any user to a specific workspace? You can actually go into the workspace and you can add the members, and those members will be only for that workspace. And if you have one member in five workspace, it won't be calculated at five users, but it will be calculated only as one user. Can we add custom css to js embed form? You can add custom css to any form. All you have to do is apply the design, go into custom css, and then it will come in js embed also. No sound issue, Albert. Albert, can you please put the giveaway link? Yeah. Will there be a difference in features between mid tier and top tier? So the mid tiers and top tiers will be mapped to the pro plan and agency plan on the website. So any update that comes on the pro plan will be automatically given to the tier 2 users, and any plan that feature that comes to the agency will be given to tier 3, and any feature that comes to essentials will be given to tier 1. Can we limit submission one per IP? At the moment, you cannot. We already have that thing ready, but the problem is that we are having a compliance issue because IP address is a PII data. So if we collect the IP address, we are thinking on how we can anonymize it. So now the compliance is not actually giving us a go ahead to launch that feature actually. Cool.
Okay.
So I think we have answered all the questions.
Yeah, I guess we have answered all, unless there's miss question. Okay, guys. Just ask a few last questions so that Patrick can answer that. If not, then we'll go into the giveaway spinning of the wheels. Okay. Any more question, guys? If not, then we will actually go into the wheels. Let me share my screen, Pratik.
Yep.
Okay, let me put up the name of the people who have participated. So we have about 30 people. I'm not sure whether we have any repeated name. Let's start it. Maybe.
So now just think this, Albert, if we can have this as an app within MakeForms where it takes in all the users, and then you can also do this spin the wheel within MakeForms.
That would be nice.
Yeah, so you don't have to do the manual version of manually copy pasting everything.
Okay, let's. I guess the names are all there, unless you have missed out or you didn't participate or whatever. Okay, so we'll spin two times. Hopefully the best guy will win. Let me take down the. Okay, are you ready, guys? So let's spin. Ankit, this it. Ankit, congratulations. You got that.
Awesome.
Please type your name so that we can award the prize to you. Okay, there are some people who say they submitted a form and then all this thing. Let me check again because sometimes, yeah, there are a few more names after I put up the copy. Okay, no mind. Let me hold on. Ankit, are you there? Yeah, Ankit, congratulations. You're there. So you're the first winner. Let me put up the remaining name in the forms because I just remove your name here. Okay, then we have more name here. Hopefully, all those names are there. So, okay, let's shuffle and we will spin the last winner. So, guys, we will actually announce the winners officially maybe tomorrow or so. Then we will tell you how to actually claim your prizes. So, please be patient, because sometimes when we announce the winner, people will start what they call PM me and all this thing. Okay, let's go. Tusa Abdullah. Tusa Abdullah, you are there. Please start your name. Come on, guys. Tusa. If not, we'll spin again. I don't see him.
Okay, so maybe we can do that again.
Okay, Tusa, we count three times. We count down three. Oh, he's there.
No, okay, so
Okay, congratulations. So we have two names, Ankit Disit and Tusa Abdullah. So you are the lucky winners, and we will actually award you the prize. But let wait for our announcement how to claim the prize. Okay, guys, that's the end of our webinar session and the last at Facebook live session. With the founder. Because tomorrow, by the time you wake up, maybe the LDD will be gone. So if you still haven't decided to buy or not to buy, think it over. And this is the link. And you have a 10% discount, the last minute 10% discount given by Charlie, the founder of Rocket Hub, because maybe a lot of people was asking. Okay, that's it, guys. So, Pratik, thank you for your time, and I believe your nose is actually having problem,
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
under the weather, So, thanks for your
yeah,
time, and also I personally believe that you have created a good product, a very very good product. Hopefully, you improve it more further, and it will be a platinum standard in form maker, or maybe we call it a form builder. There are many actually
yeah.
competitor coming in, over the years. Okay, guys, if you don't have any other question, I will end this officially. Looking at the
Okay,
chat, if not, then I will just end it now. Pratik, you have anything to say before we say goodbye to the audience?
nothing much. I would say, take out the time and you know help us reach $100,000 so everyone in the community can get Babel box and help us become platinum standard.
Yeah, yeah, please. I would like to
That's
to have
that's a
you.
new goal actually. All right, thanks Albert. Thanks for being awake so late, and have a good night and have a wonderful week.
Okay, thank you,
Bye
Pratik,
bye.
again. Bye bye, and everybody, good night. So this is late, over our end.